I've made a lot of cocktails, but I've never done this. Today we're making coffee whiskey by literally filtering whiskey through coffee grounds. Will it be delicious or a horrible mistake? Let's get started. So I did not come up with this idea on my own. This idea was actually given to me by a Japanese YouTuber that I watch fairly often called Chan Pon Chara. He had a guest bartender on one of his videos who was actually the ambassador of Japan for the Campari brand. And he was introducing some Campari cocktails on the channel. And that's when he introduced the Boulevardier, which the Boulevardier is already a very well-known and very respected classic cocktail in its own right. It is a cocktail that riffs off the classic Negroni and is simply just bourbon, sweet vermouth, and Campari. And it's a cocktail that I'd love to do on my channel sometime down the road. However, this bartender did his own original spin on the cocktail and decided to pour that concoction over coffee grounds to create his own original cocktail. Just like how you would do a pour over for your morning drip coffee. Now, I've seen coffee-style cocktails from all over, from the espresso martini, the Irish coffee, and the espresso old-fashioned. But those always tend to use maybe coffee as an ingredient, or a coffee liqueur, or maybe some kind of coffee syrup in order to kind of simulate that coffee taste. I've also seen some coffee drinks that use whiskey elements, such as a barrel-aged cold brew that I've once gotten from one of those big fancy Starbuckses. But I've never seen anyone straight up pour a cocktail or any kind of spirit over coffee grounds and filter it through. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to put this to the test. And I've been looking forward to doing it for a long time. I've never actually tried it before making this video. I wanted to get a real true reaction and see if this is something that we can actually do and experiment with. And if it goes well, I'd even like to try and do some cocktails later in this video or maybe in the future. It honestly feels a little dangerous, like I'm gonna like it too much and it becomes like my new favorite thing because I love whiskey and I love coffee. And coffee and whiskey is already one of those combinations that we know goes good together. They just have a lot of flavor notes that naturally coincide and naturally fuse together very well. And I'm honestly surprised I've never seen it before besides that video. And today for the whiskey, to make the whiskey coffee, I am using bourbon. And specifically, I am using Jim Beam 7-year that I have here in this decanter. I really like this bourbon here as it is a great value for a 7-year bourbon, coming in at around $20. So if this does go wrong here, it's not like I wasted any of my single malt or expensive Bardstown bourbon. Honestly, if I still had my Nika coffee grain whiskey, that would have been perfect in this video. Coffee whiskey meets coffee whiskey. That's a missed opportunity, but it's okay because today this is also a great whiskey to try out for this. But Jim Beam 7-year is actually a really good bourbon in its own right. It has a lot of character and a lot of bold flavors that I think can stand up really nicely to kind of the intense coffee flavors that I'm expecting to get from this. I actually considered using my Bardstown wheated bourbon as I think that sweet wheat from that bourbon could possibly punch through the intense bitterness from the coffee. I think that would be worth a try as well. But to try it out for the first time, I'm going with kind of my gold standard for value bourbon, the Jim Beam 7-year. A rye whiskey could also work because maybe the strong spicy notes from the rye might pair well with the intensity of the coffee. But I think a sweeter, rounder, more mellow whiskey like a bourbon is a great match to try this drink out. And this could be totally awful. I'm thinking either one of two things could happen. I think either the coffee flavor will be too strong that it overtakes the whiskey flavors, or that the whiskey will filter right through and not pick up enough of those coffee notes and maybe it just tastes just like you're drinking straight bourbon. So we will see. I don't have super high expectations, but I'm just seeing if we can maybe get a new flavor, a new trend going, and maybe we can make some cocktails off of this. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we can do. Now, I don't have any kind of super complicated coffee setup or anything. This is just a normal drip coffee apparatus that you can get pretty cheap on Amazon. And I'm simply just throwing a filter in it, gonna throw some coffee grounds in it, and then just pour the whiskey over. Now in the video, he uses 2 scoops of coffee grounds in it, but I do know that he was actually making 2 cocktails in the video. So I think just 1 scoop, about 1/8 of a cup, should be plenty. In there, right there. And the coffee that I'm using is some pre-ground Colombian coffee that I got from Aldi. I am by no means a coffee aficionado, so if you want to try this out on your own, use whatever coffee that you want. You could even grind your own beans if you want. It's totally up to you. But today I'm just using just this normal coffee that I got from Aldi. Now I actually only have one pour left of this Jim Beam, so it's going to be a one-time experiment. I probably should have prepared for this more, maybe got a more full bottle, or maybe even gotten some Campari or Sweet Vermouth to kind of try out that Boulevardier cocktail that he made in the video. But oh well, maybe another video. I just want to try this out today. So here we go. We're just going to do a full 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces, or whatever I got left in here. We got a little more. Looks like a full 2 ounce pour. I'd like to slowly pour it over, but we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna pour it right through. All right, slowly as I can. All right, just let that drip for a little bit. All right, let's pour this over this nice block of ice here. It looks amazing. The color really seems to have kind of changed. A lot darker, a lot chocolatier looking. Almost like a cold brew coffee kind of look. Just stir it around a little bit. All right, not too much. Here we go, coffee whiskey. Let's give it a shot. Coffee is really strong on the nose. You can kind of see that the color has changed a lot. Whoa. Wow, that's interesting. Very bitter. You do get that coffee flavor a lot. I think that really actually works because filtering it through really quickly, all those coffee grounds, all that coffee flavor really infuses into the whiskey really quickly. And so you still get a lot of the whiskey character. I still get that kind of that corn, high corn, little sweetness, little like honey, little cinnamon, little vanilla from the Jim Beam. But then I get this really like really bitter coffee bean flavor. I do like it. I really like it. Would I do it again? I don't know how well this pairs maybe with the specific whiskey. I'm curious to try it with maybe like more of a sweeter bourbon, like a high wheat bourbon or just a wheated bourbon in general. It's just really interesting. I definitely encourage you guys to kind of try it on your own and see what you think. I think that it's a very interesting way to get a new flavor out of a whiskey. Now, I would definitely not try this maybe with one of my like top of the line whiskeys that I just really enjoy drinking on its own. But say you have like a bottom shelf Jim Beam or a bottom shelf benchmark bourbon, and you kind of want to get a new flavor out of it. You kind of want to try something different. Then I definitely recommend giving this a shot. I think from what I was expecting, maybe I've had so many kind of espresso martinis and kind of espresso style cocktails. So maybe I was expecting more sweetness, but we didn't put any sugar in this. We didn't put anything. It's just straight whiskey. So I think what I want to do next is I do want to try this in an old fashioned. See what kind of flavor we get when we add some bitters and some syrup and a little bit of lemon over it. See if it changes the entire outlook of this drink, or is this the peak that we can get from this coffee whiskey combo? Okay, so we're going to do the same ratios that we would normally do in an old fashioned. Specifically the old fashioned that I prefer and the one that I highlighted on my channel in a previous video. And to bring out more sweetness, we are going to use the Bardstown Wheated Bourbon. I love this bourbon. It's one of my favorite, especially for the price, about $50 to get a bourbon this high quality, specifically wheated. I think it's just excellent. I think that sweetness is really going to cut through the bitterness of the Angostura bitters and the coffee. So I'm actually going to make this in a mixing glass and then pour it over the coffee and then pour it over ice into my drink. So if you're not familiar with making old fashions, you're going to learn that today too. We're going to do 4 dashes of our Angostura bitters. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to use 1 bar spoon of simple syrup in my old fashioned, and we're just going to keep that today. And then we're going to do a full 2 ounce pour of our Bardstown Wheated Bourbon. As always, you can use whatever bourbon that you like. We're going to do the same measurement of coffee grounds that we used in the last one, about 1/8 cup. And here we go again. We're just going to pour over, maybe a little slower this time. Let it really sink in. We're going to let that drip, and I'm going to get some ice. All right, it looks like it's fully dripped down here. We see definitely a nice kind of dark color. Let's go ahead and pour this over. Oh, that looks beautiful. It did take a little longer to filter over than the last one. I think maybe the simple syrup add a little bit more viscosity, maybe take a little bit longer to filter down. But it looks like we got a good solid size old fashioned here. I'm going to stir it around with ice to dilute. Not too long. We definitely don't want to over dilute our drink. And then like we usually do, We're going to take a lemon peel and we are going to spritz it over the edge right there to get some more lemon flavors over there. Going to go it on the side, a little bit on the inside, and we're going to drop it in. And there we have it, the coffee drip old fashioned. I'm sure it's been done before, but it's the first time I've ever tried it. Kanpai. A lot of that lemon on the front end, and I definitely get a little bit of the coffee aroma as well. So let's go in for a first sip. Whoa, oh, that's good. Okay, I think that's where it is right there. I think you definitely get a lot of coffee. You get a little bit of sweetness from the bourbon, and of course the bitterness from the coffee and the Angostura really come together and round out the whole thing. I think it could be a little bit more improved with a little more sugar. I think because there's a lot of bitter elements working together, the Angostura bitters and the coffee grounds, I think maybe you might need just a little bit more sweetness. Maybe I'd go 2 bar spoons or maybe even a 1/4 ounce to kind of balance it out more. But if you're someone who doesn't like overly sweet cocktails, loves the flavor of coffee, and loves an old fashioned, give this one a try. I think that this actually goes a lot better than just the straight whiskey pour over coffee. I think that one was good too, but I think a little bit of sweetness really goes a long way in balancing out so much bitter elements that you get from the coffee. I'm someone who likes my coffee black, no sugar, no cream, and I like my whiskey straight, so I can handle that kind of flavor profile of like super bitter from both the alcohol content and the corn of the bourbon and the coffee bitter elements. But I think when you use it with an old fashioned and add more flavors, add more nuance, I think it works a lot better. So I definitely recommend giving this a try. Whereas if you want to try the pour over whiskey coffee thing, definitely give that a try as well if you like those flavors. But if you want something more balanced, more round in flavor, and something that you can actually maybe sip in an afternoon or in the morning, drink responsibly, I think this is great and really worth a shot. And I don't think I ruined the whiskey, and I don't think I ruined the coffee, so I think I actually got something here. And I think it can really be improved upon too. Definitely look forward to maybe in future videos adding this element to kind of create a whole new way to experience coffee in cocktails. Not that we're all sick of espresso martinis or Irish coffees, those are great cocktails in their own right, but I think such a delicious and aromatic flavor as coffee, I think it deserves a little more, and I think it can be used a little better in different cocktails. So whether it's a spirit like whiskey or tequila or rum, I think you can use this a variety of ways. And I don't know if I just made the next big cocktail trend or if I just made the world's worst hangover in a cup, but either way it was worth a shot. Always be free to experiment and try new creations of your own. That's a theme I always want to emphasize on this channel. And thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more Jack's Japan content. See you later!